Raiders and Raiderettes, it is that time of year of smoke and mirrors in the NFL. As teams scramble to improve their rosters before the beginning of the 2024 NFL season, and your Las Vegas Raiders are no exception, as they have already made a home run swing in the free agency with one Christian Wilkins, further upgrading that already scary Raiders defense and adding a perennial quality backup quarterback in Gardner Minshew. The question remains, will the Raiders stick with last year's 4th round draft pick Aiden O'Connell as the starting QB for 2024 and use their draft picks to solidify other team needs, or will they be aggressive and go into the draft and get Coach Antonio Pierce's favorite college player who he helped to recruit to Arizona State by the name of Jaden Daniels? Well, with reports and rumors flying about, there just might be a way for the Raiders to move up and grab fan favorite JD5. All that and more on today's episode of the Raider D Podcast. But I just want to thank today's sponsor, Earth Elixir, a proudly owned and operated company by a Raiders lifelong fan. And Earth Elixir gives you all of the natural supplements you could ever want to help you sleep better, feel better, and even increase your natural testosterone without having to do TRT. So click the link down in the description and get 15% off just for the Raider D family. In a bombshell report released by the Associated Press, Arizona's new general manager, Monty Ossenfort, funny name, has been fielding calls from other NFL teams to possibly trade their 4th overall draft pick. This could present an opportunity for the Las Vegas Raiders to move all the way up to pick number 4 and snatch Jaden Daniels. Wait, there is competition.
Draft trades, Vikings, Texans. There's been some players in free agency that have gone back and forth between these two teams, and now we're looking at draft picks. Minnesota's jumping up. They get the 23 in this year and a 232. Houston is compiling picks, Peter.
With the Minnesota Vikings adding additional first-round draft pick acquired from the Houston Texans, they now have the ammunition to move up into the draft and offer a better deal to the Cardinals. The only problem is that the Cardinals are in the NFC, and so are the Minnesota Vikings. Now, it is not uncommon for a conference team to do trades with each other. The preference, however, is always to trade outside of your conference. And this means that the Raiders can offer a similar deal, and the Arizona Cardinals may be more inclined to accept it from an AFC West team rather than from a rival like the Vikings. But what about the Denver Broncos? Couldn't they trade up? After all, they are an AFC West team as well. Well, the answer to that simply is unlikely. You see, the Denver Broncos have way too many holes in their roster that they need to be filled, and for them to trade away future draft picks for a rookie quarterback who may not pan out, well, that could spell certain doom for their second-year head coach and de facto GM, Sean Payton. That means the Las Vegas Raiders are the best suitors to trade up to pick number 4. But now we have to ask ourselves, will Jaden Daniels actually be available at pick number 4? Well, let's break down the top 3 picks. It is a given that the Chicago Bears will be grabbing Caleb Williams at pick number 1, short of Caleb Williams pulling some shenanigans to try and get out of going to Chicago. Otherwise, it's all but a done deal. Therefore, the two teams we really have to focus on are the Washington Commanders and the New England Patriots. Now, the Washington Commanders, they also have a new GM named Adam Peters, who has a history of preferring more traditional pocket passers. And the fact that they brought in Cliff Kingsbury is a hint that they will be looking for a more traditional pocket passer, as that air raid system will really favor a pocket passer. And this would be a perfect fit for them. So they may be turned off by Jaden Daniels' tendency to take off running and prefer a quarterback more in the likes of a Drake May. If that happens, it will be entirely up to the Patriots, and they are certainly going to be the wild card here. If Bill Belichick were still the head coach, it would be a no-brainer that they would go after a JJ McCarthy, as he fits the Patriot way to a T. But the old man Bill is no longer around, and there is a new sheriff in town by the name of Gerard Mayo. It's unclear what type of quarterback he's going to prefer, but the fact that they were seriously interested in Baker Mayfield as well as Kirk Cousins tells me that they might elect to take a JJ McCarthy over a Jaden Daniels. That leaves Jaden Daniels falling to pick number 4, and that is the position that the Raiders would have to grab him. Otherwise, we would risk losing him to Minnesota. But this will have to be a draft day decision. If you trade up now to the number 4 pick and Jaden Daniels is not there, you will have certainly blown future draft picks on one of the leftover quarterbacks that in reality should not even be first round caliber guys. Now, I have spent months trying to figure out what the Raiders are going to do when it comes to free agency in the draft, and I want to know your opinion, Raider Nation. What do you think the Raiders are going to do? Will we trade up and grab Jaden Daniels, or are we going to sit tight at 13 and maybe take a right tackle, or maybe just take the best player on the board, maybe even take a corner? And guys, don't forget to like this video. I have thousands of views on these videos, but have yet to have one of them get 1,000 likes. So help me reach that goal by smashing that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel.